Okay, so we're going to talk about slope today. The term slope is used to describe the steepness of a straight line. Slope is the ratio of rise or vertical change. We're going to talk about it as vertical change or change in y over the run or horizontal change, which would be the change in x. So the way you're going to see it most of the time is change in y over change in x. Remember from the constant ratio or constant rate video that the little triangle means change in. Okay, that symbol means change in. So change in y over change. The slope formula, okay, this is the slope formula right here. Okay, so same thing, it's change in y over change in x. You're subtracting the y's and subtracting the x's. Right here, it does not matter which point you define as x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. However, the coordinates of both points must be used in the same order. So if we look at this next one, we're going to look at the change in y over change in x. So pick 2 points. So we'll look at we'll pick 2. So let's pick these 2 sets of points. And we'll do change in y over change in x. So these can be our x1s and our x2s. And y1, y2. I had to be consistent and say that these were both my x1 and y1, and these were my x2 and y2. So I'm going to subtract my y2 minus y1, then x2 minus x1. So y2 is 5 minus my y1, which is 3, x2, 2, minus 1. 5 minus 3 is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1, so my slope would be 2. Slope, m is what you use for slope, so m equals 2. Now we'll look at one with a graph. So if we look at one with a graph, this point right here is over 1, up 1, 2, so not 2, 1, 2, and this is negative 2, negative 2. Change in y over change in x. So I pick my y's and subtract those. So negative 2 minus 2, and then negative 2 minus 1. If I add my 2 marks, negative 2 plus negative 2 is negative 4. Negative 2 plus negative 1 is negative 3. So if I've got a negative over a negative, that's really just a positive, so 4/3. So my slope would be 4/3. And just to go over more of what that actually means, that's telling you how steep your line is. So they said rise over run, change in y over change in x. What you're looking at is if you're going from this point to this point, I could have also done it where I counted. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the right 1, 2, 3. So that would be my slope. If you are going down, it's going to be negative, and if you're going left, it's going to be negative. So the other way I could have done that is to start here and gone 1, 2, 3, 4. It's negative 4. 1, 2, 3, negative 3, which is still 4/3. So either way, if you want, you can use the formula, or if you're given a graph, you can count from one point to the other.